I'm Ron Juckett, and it's time for Boston Red Sox Replay 1946. Today, May 21st, it's the Red Sox and the Tigers from Briggs Stadium in Detroit. And it's been a couple weeks since we've actually, it's not been a couple weeks. It's been a week, technically, since we've had a game to show you in this replay, and this is a good one. The Red Sox, since we have talked to you last, are 3-3. They won the game that you saw last week in Chicago. They lost the next day. They lost the first one in St. Louis. They were rained out on that Friday, which is why there was no game to actually show you. But the computer has it as an as scheduled, and they won those two. And before coming to Detroit and splitting a doubleheader Sunday. No game yesterday, so everyone is on a one-day rest. So that's how we have it for you. The Red Sox are still in first place by 3 games over the New York Yankees. And here is how they will line up this afternoon. It's Catfish Mekovich in right field leading off. Johnny Pesky, the shortstop, bats second. Ted Williams bats third and plays left field. Bobby Doerr, the second baseman, cleans up. Rudy York, first baseman, bats fifth. Tommy DiMaggio bats sixth, plays center. Rip Russell, the third baseman, bats seventh. Hal Wagner, the catcher, bats eighth. And Joe Dobson on the hill for Boston. He'll bat ninth. Here is the defense around Virgil Trucks. It is not Tim Wakefield, it's Dick Wakefield in left. Outlaw in center. Pat Mullen in right. Mullen, the best arm of the three. Wakefield, the best range of the three. The trade for George Kell has happened. One of the great Tigers of the 50s is at third. Steve Lake is the shortstop. Mayo is at second. Hank Greenberg at first. Kell, the better defender of the 4. And Paul Richards behind the plate for Virgil Trucks, who was 3-2 on the replay with a 1.55 ERA, 52 innings, 53 hits, no home runs allowed yet. He gave up 23 in the real year, but none in the replay. 11 walks and 38 strikeouts. All right. Just wanted to make sure we're actually recording this. The weather today in Detroit, in Corktown. Light rain, winds from 9 from right to left. Trucks, if you see that expected pitch count of 150, yeah, he's going the distance. And Dobson, when we get to him, around 130. So here's Mekovich as we settle in. 278, 2 homers, and 18 RBI. Or 16 RBI, I don't have glasses on. For Catfish. Pitch from Trucks has popped up. Kell should have it. He does, and there's one away. So next Tuesday is the 28th of May, and they must have had the Philadelphia A's on the schedule, but there's no lineup listed. So what you're going to get is a doubleheader over 2 days. We will pick up the Memorial Day doubleheader on May 30th with the Washington Nationals, or Senators, depending on which it may be. So you will get 2 Red Sox games next week. The first game of the Twin Bill you'll see on Tuesday, and the second game of the Twin Bill from Fenway you'll see on Friday. So 2 Red Sox games next week, and in a bit we'll tell you the surprise we have for you for this Friday. Here's Johnny Pesky, and Johnny's sitting on a 16-game hitting streak. 350, a homer, and 14 RBI. Pitch from Trucks and make it a 17-game hitting streak as he singles up the middle. Outlaw throws it back in. Pesky on first. 1 out for Williams. Teddy at 333, 9 homers and 29 RBI. 9 homers leads all of baseball. Throw to first, Pesky back. So Williams, 35 walks. This is the Red Sox 35th game. Here's a fly in the right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Pesky will hold up at second. He only had a 38% chance of getting to third. Mullen has a good arm. And that'll bring up Bobby Doerr at 286, 2 homers, and 24 RBI. Pitch from Trucks. There's a fly ball in the left center. That's going to drop. Pesky rounds third. And they will not throw. Oh, there is a throw, but it's an awful throw, as a matter of fact. You didn't see it. It was so bad the computer was embarrassed. And so Pesky will score, and the Red Sox lead at 1-0. Here's Rudy York, the former Tiger at 242, 4 homers and 24 RBI. Trucks delivers. There's a fly ball to right. Mullen is there for the second out. Williams will hold at second. And that'll bring up Dom DiMaggio. Dom at 368, a homer, 19 RBI. Pitch from Trucks. Fly ball to left. Wakefield goes into foul territory. And someone from Livonia comes out with that one. Out of play. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 out. Pitch to Dom, popped up right side. Greenberg is there, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors after 1/2 inning. The Red Sox get a fast start. They lead 1-0. So here is the... Well, let's tell you about Joe Dobson first as he finishes his warm-up tosses. I'm doing this with another spoon. You've seen some of my other videos. You know that that's how I use the keyboard and stuff, and it's longer and heavier. So it feels a little different for anyone. Anyway, Dobson is 2-2 on the year with a 3.53 ERA. In 35 innings, he's allowed 34 hits, 3 homers. He has walked 20 and struck out 26. The lineup, the defense around him, it's the same one basically. It's Williams in left, DiMaggio in center, Mekovic in right. DiMaggio with the best range at 10 out of 10, and DiMaggio and Mekovic had the best arms at 6. Rip Russell at third, average third baseman. Pesky at short. Dorr at second. Rudy York at first. Pesky the best defender. Hal Wagner is on behind the plate. Below average arm and an average range. Under Reggie Dobson's numbers, and here's the Tiger lineup for you. Eddie Lake will lead off for the Tigers at short. I believe that's Eddie Mayo is batting second. At second. Outlaw will bat third. In center, Dick Wakefield, the left fielder, bats fourth. Hank Greenberg will bat fifth. Wow. He's only hitting 239. Pat Mullen will bat sixth and right. George Kell will bat seventh at third. Paul Richards will bat eighth. And Virgil Trucks, who threw 26 pitches, will bat ninth. Eddie Lake at 252, 2 homers and 8 RBI. Leads it off for the Tigers. He pops out one foul, third base side. Russell goes over to the dugout and can't get it. A ball and 2 strikes to Eddie. Here's the pitch, and he draws a walk. So from a 1-2 count, Dobson loses him. On a pitch high and outside, it is Eddie Mayo. It's the Eddie and Eddie show. Nice studio shot of Eddie there. Got the chaw working. Mr. Mayo was at 273, no homers and 2 RBI. And the pitch is down for a bunt. York has it, spins it over the door, and they got him. So the sacrifice works. The Red Sox were completely caught off guard, and so was their computer man. So was me. It's Jimmy Outlaw. Is the center fielder. He's at 169, no homers and 5 RBI. So 1 out, and Eddie Lake on second. I don't know why my voice is gone. Jimmy at, did I give the numbers? My brain is mush today. 169, no homers and 5 RBI. He is a 261 real life hitter with 2 homers and 31 RBI. Pitch from Dobson, ground ball to short. Pesky to York, and that's an out. That's the second out. So I'll bring up Dick Wakefield, who I believe actually is a relative of Tim Wakefield. Grandfather, perhaps? Anyway, Dick is hitting 213, 3 homers and 6 RBI. 2 out here, bottom of the first. Red Sox 1, Detroit nothing. Dobson delivers, grounder to third, Russell to York, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played 1 from Briggs Stadium. It's 1-0 Boston. So as Virgil Trucks heads to the mound to start in the second to face Rip Russell, Hal Wagner, and Joe Dobson. I can tell you, forgot to do the uniforms. How bad it be. Boston in the road grays with Boston in block script, block letters across the front. Of course, these are wool and buttoned up. with their blue hats with the non-outline V. I think it probably should be outlined, but non-outline V. The Tigers in their white uniforms with the blue striping with the Old English D above the right chest. With the hats, the same thing. It's a dark blue hat with a white D. Russell at 171, a homer and 7 RBI. Pitch to Rip. Got him. 1-2 pitch on the inside corner, 93-mile-an-hour fastball for the first strikeout of the ballgame. Here's Wagner Hallett, 233, 3 homers, 18 RBI. Here's the pitch. Here's a liner into right center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Wagner's on with the single. That's the 4th Boston hit. And they will go at the corners for a Joe Dobson bunt. Joe is 0 for 11 on the year with an RBI. And we will oblige with the bunt. The bunt is down. It will be Greenberg, and he throws to second, and it's not in time. The throw goes into left field. It's actually an error on Greenberg. So the Red Sox catch a break here on the Greenberg throwing error. So first and second, 1 out. Wagner on second, Dobson on first. The Red Sox flip over the lineup with Catfish Mekovich, who is 0 for 1. Not the most efficient start of the world for Virgil Trucks, an inning and a third and 32 pitches. They get through the first 9 hitters. The 32 pitches isn't a problem, it's the 4 outs. Why? Because he's given them 4 hits and a strikeout. Pitch to Mekovich is popped up. Infield fly is called. Kell will have it, and there is 2 out. For Johnny Pesky, who singled and scored the lone run of the game in the first inning. To extend his hitting streak to 17 games. Runner in scoring position, Wagner, Dobson on first. Pitch from Trucks. There is a grounder up the middle. Mayo to Greenberg. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 1.5, it's Boston 1, Detroit nothing. Well, goodness gracious, that's a good thing we have cough buttons in this game. All right, Hank Greenberg will lead off the second with Mullen and Kell to follow. Hank at 239. That's well below his 277 real-life average. The home runs and RBI are right, though. 8 homers and 20 RBI. Dobson's ready. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to shallow right. Mekovich comes in and makes the catch. Move the keyboard a bit closer. Here's Pat Mullen. Pat at 303. Very good numbers. No homers and 4 RBI on the year. This is the Tigers' 34th game of the year. Pitch from Dobson, ground ball to third. Russell to York for the out. 2 quick out here in the second. George Kell, who is 2 for 7 since the trade from Philadelphia. And if I was clever, I'd look up to see who he was traded for. 327 with the Tigers in real life, including 9 triples. Just one of the nicest guys ever to play the game of baseball. Al Kaline, of course, were a longtime television team for the Tigers. Pitch to George, ground ball to short. Pesky has it over to York, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, it's still the Red Sox 1, the Tigers nothing. So it'll be Ted Williams, Bobby Dorr, and Rudy York here in the third for the Sox, and if anyone should reach, Dom DiMaggio. Williams singled his first time up. Pitch from Trucks is a fly ball to right center, deep, and that will be off the wall. That's extra bases. So Williams goes in with a double, and so he has a single and a double in his first 2 at-bats today. That's the 5th Red Sox hit. So the Red Sox, hoping to go to 23-12, are off to a great start. Here's Dorr. Bobby singled and drove home Pesky in the first. Trucks delivers. There's a fly ball left side. Lake, the shortstop, goes over and makes the catch. One of those sky-high rainmakers, and of course it is raining in foul territory for the out. 70 degrees now. Winds are blowing in from right, so a very pleasant afternoon despite the rain. No lights at Briggs Stadium. Mr. Briggs, and I'm forgetting his first name, who owned the ball club, didn't want them, ever. And they didn't get them until 48. Here's Rudy York, 0 for 1 this afternoon. Pitch from Trucks. There is a ground ball. Oh, what a stop by Mayo. Behind the bag to throw to Greenberg to make the out. Moves Williams to third, but Mayo probably saved a run with that. Here's DiMaggio. Donnie 0 for 1. There's a ground ball base hit left side. Williams will score. DiMaggio holds at first, and the Red Sox lead at 2-0. So DiMaggio, who's now hitting .370 on the year, has just torn the cover off the baseball. Here's Rip Russell. He was the lone strikeout victim for Trucks so far. Gets a piece of this one to right. Mullen barely has to move, and that retires the side. 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. We've played 2.5. It's Boston 2, Detroit nothing. So Paul Richards, Virgil Trucks, and Eddie Lake for Detroit here in the third. Dobson cruising right along so far, just allowed a walk. Richards at 265, a homer, 9 RBI. 201 hitter on the real year. Pitch from Dobson. He got him. A 1-2 pitch in at the knees, a fastball for strike 3, and that's the first strikeout for Joe this afternoon. Here's Virgil Trucks. He's at 063, and if you're wondering, you got to divide 16 by 1, or 1 hit and 16 tries anyway. A 179 hitter on the real season. Pitch to Virgil is popped up. York should have it. He does. 2 outs for Eddie Lake. So Joe Dobson has flipped the lineup through once in 35 pitches, 2 2/3 innings. A walk and a strikeout. 2 outs for Lake, who was that one walk, the lone base runner for the Tigers so far. Dobson delivers, and there's a pop-up left side, Russell under it, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3 at Briggs Stadium, it's still the Red Sox 2, the Tigers nothing. So here's Hal Wagner with Dobson and Mekovich to follow. Wagner singled his first time up. Top of the 4th here in Detroit. Fly ball on the left. Wakefield has it. 1 out. So here's Joe Dobson. He reached on a sacrifice bunt. Greenberg went to retire Wagner at second and instead threw it into center field for the error. That was the lone error of the game for the Tigers. Pitch from Trucks. There's a ground ball to second. Short. That's short. Lake over to Greenberg, and that's 2 out. Here now bring up Mekovich. So the Red Sox start their third trip through. A little bit better for Virgil Trucks this time. 3 2/3 innings, 69 pitches, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks and 1 strikeout. Mekovich is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Trucks delivers, and here's a line drive all the way to the wall here in deep Briggs Stadium, and Mekovich is in with a sliding triple. Outlaw's throw was not in time. Blake went to move for it. He went to leap for it, and Tigers just made that mistake again. Briggs Stadium is big. It's 440 out to deep center and 400 out to the power alley. And so Outlaw kind of got a late jump on it. Lake made the leap to try to make the catch, and he couldn't get it, and Outlaw couldn't get there in time. And Mekovich, who does have good base running speed, motored in for a triple. And now I'll bring up Johnny Pesky, who has singled and scored. Now is a 17-game hitting streak, 1 for 2. Pitch to Johnny, got him. He swung on and missed to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 3.5 in the books. It's Boston 2, Detroit nothing. Pesky, who struck out 29 times all year, I believe has struck out 5 times in this replay. Oh boy. Eddie Mayo, Johnny Outlaw, and Dick Wakefield will bat for the Tigers here in the 4th. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Boston. They have stranded 6. It should be a lot more than 2-0. The Tigers, no runs, no hits, and an error, and they have left 1 on. Mayo. Oh, sacrifice bonus first time up, which is why he is 0 for 0. Here's a line drive to center. Back goes DiMaggio, 1 out. Crowd thought that was hit harder than it was. Here's Jimmy Outlaw, he's 0 for 1. And there's a ground ball to third. Russell over to York, 2 out. So Dobson is humming right along here in the 4th. Vic Wakefield, the batter, he's 0 for 1. Famous last words. You know I just jinxed this, right? Pitch to Wakefield. Ball 4. Kind of. That's a kind of a jinx. 3-0 pitch down and away. So 2-out walk for Greenberg, who is 0 for the ever dangerous Hank Greenberg, who's 0 for 1. And he's well overdue, hitting .237 now on the year. Dobson fires, and there's a fly ball to left. Back goes Williams. He'll turn and watch it go. A home run for Greenberg, and the Tigers have tied this game at 2. 9th of the year, and the Acme Slide Rule Company of Walla Walla, Washington estimates that one at 358 feet. Yes, I jinxed it. I said the Tigers had no hits and then the walk and the home run. You can send your cards and letters too. Anyway, here's Pat Mullen. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Dobson is a line drive right to Door, who makes a leaping catch to retire the side. Not before the Tigers get 2 runs on a hit, no errors. We've played 4 in Corktown. It's Boston 2, Detroit 2. So Williams, Door, and York for the Red Sox here in the 5th. Williams working on a natural cycle. He singled his first time up and then doubled. So he's 2 for 2. If he gets a triple here, he had 8 on the real year, it can get real exciting here. Pitch to Ted. Ball 4. So no. 3-2 pitch at the shoulders for a walk. Williams, who just has a brilliant eye, trots to first, and here's Door. Bobby is 1 for 2. He drove home Pesky in the first. Let's make it a 1-0 game at the time. Fly ball to right center. Back goes Outlaw, who makes the catch. Williams retreats back to first. It may be deep, but it's not that deep. Rudy York, the batter. Rudy's 0 for 2 this afternoon. Still raining lightly. 7 mile an hour now. Winds from right. 71 degrees. Obviously the crowd isn't that big. But lots of cover here at Briggs Stadium, so people are kind of staying dry if they're under the eaves. Pitch to York from Trucks is a fly ball to right. Mullen moves over a step for 2 for the out. 2 out for Dom. Dommy is 1 for 2. He has a single and RBI. He drove in Teddy in the 3rd inning to make it 2-0. Pitch from Trucks. Here's a grounder to Lake. Bang, bang over to Greenberg. Yes, they did get him. A little slow out of the box. And Lake with a perfect throw to Greenberg to retire him. No runs, no hits, no errors after or halfway home at Briggs Stadium. It's Boston 2, Detroit 2. So George Kell, Paul Richards, and Virgil Trucks will bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Tigers only had the 1 hit. The 2-run shot by Greenberg. Kell is 0 for 1. Pitch from Dobson is a ground ball to second. Door to York, 1 out. I'll bring up Paul Richards. The lone strikeout victim for Dobson so far. 0 for 1. Dobson's pitch, he got him again. 1-2, swung on and missed. Swung on way too early. He wanted a fastball and got a Scroogey. And so there'll be 2 out for Trucks, who is 0 for 1. Pitch from Joe. Ground ball to short. Pesky. York. Side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, Red Sox 2, Tigers 2. And as Rip Russell steps in to start the top of the 6th, can tell you that we're going to make up not only the Red Sox games that you'll miss because they didn't play them, But on Friday, because there was no Red Sox scheduled game, we made an arrangement with the Boston Braves to pick up their game at the Polo Grounds against the New York Giants. So it's a Boston Braves special. They come into today 17-19, by the way, in 5th place in the National League. But we will carry the game between the Braves and the New York Giants this Friday. So get ready for a Boston Braves special. And of course, as we said, next week, again, there was a scheduled game against the Athletics. The computer has it, but there's no real lineup attached with it. So instead, it's the Memorial Day doubleheader against the Washington Nationals or Senators. But you will see the game 1 on Tuesday and game 2 on that Friday. So more Red Sox action coming to you, and a special Braves game for you Friday against the New York Giants at the Polo Grounds. Here's Russell. He's 0 for 2. He is one of 2 strikeout victims for Trucks this afternoon. Pitch to Russell as a fly ball to left. Wakefield comes in, 1 out. Brings up Wagner. Hal is 1 for 2. He is singled. Red Sox 7 hits. Tigers 1. Pitch from Trucks, who's now throwing 101. That's a fly ball in the right field. Wagner will stop it first. And so Joe Dobson with the chance here to pick up another bunt. So Kell and Greenberg come in. Bunt is down. It goes to Richards over to Mayo, and the sacrifice works. Score 2-4. Of course, if your scoring needs a home, you really do need a life. And that will be 2 out for Mekovich as the Red Sox go through the lineup now for a 4th time. Another good couple innings here for Trucks. Now 5 2/3 innings, 105 pitches. I doubt he gets the complete game at this point. 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 2. Mekovich tripled his last time up. 1 for 3. And has a chance with a base hit to give the Red Sox a 3-2 lead. Here's the pitch. There is a grass pounder. Mayo cuts it off, throws it over to Greenberg, and that retires the side. So, excuse me, swing that Mayo executes perfect, or feels perfectly to retire the side. No runs, no runs, 1 hit. Really, I'll get it right. No errors. After 5.5, it's the Red Sox and Tigers knotted up at 2. So the Tigers start their 3rd trip through the lineup. Eddie Lake, Eddie Mayo, and Johnny Outlaw. Sounds like a fast food restaurant, doesn't it, Johnny Outlaw? Let's go to Johnny Outlaw's for a pirate burger. Arrgh. 70 pitches for Dobson through 5. A hit, the lone hit, 2-run homer by Greenberg that was jinxed by yours truly, in 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Lake walked and is 0 for 1. Pitch from Joe, right back to him, over to Rudy York for the out, 1 out. Red Sox have 8 hits and have stranded 8. The Tigers have 1 hit and they've stranded 1. Here's Mayo. Eddie is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Grounder to second. Dorr with a tremendous dive and throw to York to get him. So a robbed hit from York. And now, it's Jimmy Outlaw. It still sounds like a fast food place. 2 out for Outlaw, who's 0 for 2. Doesn't look like an outlaw in that picture, does it? That doesn't fit really all that well either. Pitch from Joe. There's a grounder to short. Pesky to York. And again, the Tigers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors after 6. Red Sox and Tigers are still tied at 2. Still warming up here. The thermometer says 73 degrees. Winds haven't changed, and it's still a pleasantly light rain here at Briggs Stadium. Pesky, Williams, and Dorr here in the 7th for Boston. York would bat if anyone should reach. Johnny, 17-game hitting streak now, 1 for 3. Singled, struck out, and scored. He has 11 strikeouts on the year, in case you're wondering. He only struck out 29 times and over. Quick math tells me that's 686 plate appearances. but my math has always been rusty. Fly ball to left. Wakefield in the corner makes the catch for the out. So good run by Wakefield to get him. Here's Williams. Teddy has singled, doubled, and walked. 2 for 2. He scored a run. Pitch to Ted. Line drive to right. Mullins there. 2 out. He swung on a 3-1 pitch and kicks the muddy dirt as he runs past the first base bag, as that was a 3-1 pitch. Door, 1 for 3. Speaking of 1 for 3, RBI single in the third made it 2-2. I'm sorry, it was an RBI single in the first that gave the Red Sox a 1-0 lead. Pitch from Trucks. There's a fly ball to right. Mullins takes a couple steps back to make the catch. Stretch time here at Briggs. Nothing across for the Red Sox after 6.5. It's still 2-2. So Wakefield, Greenberg, and Mullen here in the 7th for Detroit. Dick is 0 for 1. He has scored in the 4th on a walk because Greenberg powered him home. Dobson delivers. Fly ball to shallow center. DiMaggio comes in and makes a fantastic diving catch. 1 out. And really, I will spit these words out after a while. Here's Greenberg. Al's 2-run shot in the 4th was the lone Tigers hit, or is the lone Tigers hit. That was his 9th home run, and now he has 22 RBI. Pitch from Dobson. Here's a liner right to Pesky for the out. So 2 quick out from Mullen. Pat is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball deep to center. DiMaggio moves over and makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors again. After 7, it's still 2-2. So Rudy York, Don DiMaggio, and Rip Russell here in the 8th for Boston. Truck sitting in 122 pitches. Good control. He's only walked 1 through 7. It's the 8 hits that he's escaped that is a problem for the Red Sox. Here's York. He's 0 for 3. Pitch to Rudy. He draws a walk. See, we can jinx things the other way as well. 3-1 pitch was away. The fastball missed. And I'll bring up DiMaggio, who is 1 for 3 with a single. 44 hits now for Dommy, hitting .367 on the year. Pitch to DiMaggio. It's a fly ball to center. Outlaw has it. 1 out. York retreats back to first. And I'll bring up Russell, who's 0 for 3 with the strikeout. 1 of the 2 on Trucks' dance card this afternoon. Russell fouls it back behind the plate, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Trucks delivers. Fly ball to center. Crowd doesn't like it. Back goes Outlaw. This is a big part. And Outlaw makes the catch. With 2 outs, York's going to try for 2, and they got him. Oh, Ronnie. What were you thinking? He had a 66% chance to do it. As I said, it's 440 to dead center here at Briggs. And York thought that Outlaw wasn't paying enough attention. Instead, it's a 7-4 double play. That's the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 7.5, it's 2-2. And so it'll be Kell, Richards, and Trucks as the Red Sox ran themselves out of the top of the 8th inning. George is 0 for 2. Pitch from Dobson is a ground ball to third. Russell comes in, throws it over. And they got him. No, he's safe. He is safe on a very close call. So that's the second hit. So let's see how much the double play turns this game around for the Tigers. Richards is 0 for 2. He is both of Joe Dobson's strikeouts. Does he bunt here? No, he doesn't. Fly ball to left. Williams goes over for the out. 1 out. Kell goes back to first. And let's see what they do with Trucks here. He's at 136 pitches. No decision. It will be Wagner, Dobson, and Mekovich for the Red Sox in the 9th. If Trucks wants to bunt, we will let him do that. Have at it, my friend. He swings, ground ball to third. Russell's only plays to first. And they got him. It was a bang-banger. And Russell, with a bullet, gets him. So Kell moves to second. And they'll bring up Eddie Lake through as the Tigers start trip number 4 through the lineup. 97 pitches for Dobson, 7 2/3 innings, 2 hits. The 2 runs both earned on the Greenberg homer in the 4th. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Lake is 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch from Dobson is a ground ball right back to Dobson, a comebacker to York, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We played 8 at Briggs. It's 2-2. So Wagner, I guess Dobson. Let's see what Wagner does here. And then Mekovich here in the 9th for the Red Sox. Wagner is 2 for 3. He has 2 singles. He has 2 of the 8 hits. Trucks at 136 pitches. And he loses Wagner, ball 4. And boy, Trucks doesn't like that. He says a few words, and so does Richards. It was a 3-0 count. And Trucks says a few words, and Ronnie Millsap didn't like it. But he doesn't throw him out of the game. So here's Dobson, and we will bunt him. Third time today he's put 1 down. It's 1 to Trucks, over to Mayo. The sacrifice works. So 1-4 on the bunt. He reached on there the first time as Greenberg threw it into center. But with 1 out and him pitching so easy peasy, you want him to stay in the ballgame. And now he's got a chance for the win here. Here's Mekovich. Campfish tripled. 1 for 4. Pesky to follow. And if the inning goes beyond that, it's Ted Williams. They'll pitch to Mekovich. It's a ground ball, base hit right side. Wagner will hold at third. So first and third, 1 out for Pesky, who is hitting it like it's a beach ball right now. 1 for 4 today, but he's hitting 17 straight. Winning run in Wagner is, the go-ahead run is on at third. An insurance run in Mekovich is on at first. Infield playing in. Pitch from Trucks. And he walks Pesky. And so as he hits his 150th pitch, he pitches to Ted Williams, and there is absolutely no place to put him. So they are loaded for Williams, who is 2 for 3. He has singled, doubled, and walked his 36. If he walks here, he will drive home his 30th run and give the Red Sox a 3-2 lead. So, fingernail biting time here in Detroit. Pitch from Trucks. There's a fly ball to right center. That will get a run home. It'll be off the wall. It's going to get more than 1. Wagner scores. Here comes Pesky. The throw goes into second, and it's a 3-run double for Williams. He clears the bases. Wagner, Mekovich, and Pesky score, and the Red Sox go up 5-2. How about that? Here's Bobby Dorr. Bobby 1 for 4 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to left. Wakefield has no, it's off the wall. Williams will score. Dorr goes into second on the double, and Trucks, who's dragging his arm around like it's about ready to fall off, hangs in there. Here's Rudy York. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. The Red Sox have scored 4 here in the 9th and will take at least a 6-2 lead into the bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch. And York draws a walk. So Trucks lost him on a full count. Now that pitch counts at 161. Pitching coaches across modern baseball are grabbing their wife's pearls and clutching them. DiMaggio 1 for 4. Downey has an RBI single. Runners on first and second. That's going to be a base hit. Dorr will try and score. Outlaw will hold it. Oh, no, I'm taking it back. York will hold at second. The throw home. Dorr is safe. And so it's 7-2 Boston. They have broken it open here in the ninth with a 5-run inning. What the hell did I just eat? Yeah. Here's Rip Russell. Rip is 0 for 4. Got some gunk in my mouth with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to center. I think Trucks is finally out of it. Outlaw comes in and makes the catch. And actually, there's only 2 out. York goes to third. DiMaggio to first. Here's Wagner, who started this inning. Is now 2 for 3 with a walk. So Trucks now has allowed 12 hits in 8 2/3 innings with 5 walks and 7 earned runs. Here's the pitch to Wagner. Here's a liner to center. Outlaw has it, and that finally retires the side. Not before the Red Sox get 5 runs on 4 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's Boston 7, Detroit 2. Goodness me, I just did a Bob Cole impression. It's Detroit, not Detroit. Anyway, Eddie Mayo, Jimmy Outlaw, and Dick Wakefield in a heck of a lot of hope is what the Tigers have here in the ninth against Dobson, who's tossing a 2-hitter. And it will be a pinch hitter. It'll be Doc Kramer. Kramer, the lefty, at 355. No homers and an RBI and 31 at-bats. Pitch from Dobson is a fly ball to right. Mektovich is there, 1 out. Let's see what they do with Jimmy Outlaw. He's a 261 real-life hitter. He's hitting 100 points below it on the replay. And that, by the way, was only Dobson's 100th pitch. Outlaw will bat, fly ball to right. Mektovich in the corner, 2 out. So the Tigers are down to their last out. And Dick Wakefield. Dick walked and scored in the 4th. Scored on the Greenberg home run. See, if I had said that 10 minutes ago, it would have sounded a lot better. He's 0 for 2. And all that to tell you that Roy Cullenbine will pinch hit. So a late callback from the Tiger manager for Cullenbine, who's at 366. It's a pretty smart choice. 4 homers and 13 RBI. Greenberg on deck, by the way. Against righties, Cullenbine hit him at a 335 clip. 2 out. Dobson's pitch. There's a line drive to right. Mektovich will dive. And the game is over. Alani got that off his shoe tops. How about that? The Red Sox will win this one 7-2. Well, it took 2 hours and 23 minutes to play this. Dual complete games. Oops. In the rain here in Detroit. And let me get the spoon back so I can actually get on the right screen. Trucks had minus stuff, and later in the game, I'm surprised the computer didn't yank him. 167 pitches, my word. 63 balls. All right, the happy recap. The Red Sox get a run on 3 hits in the first. Johnny Pesky with a single. Hitting streak is now at 17. Bobby Dorr singled him home to make it 1-0 Red Sox. In the third, they got a run on 2 hits. A Don DiMaggio single scored Ted Williams, who had doubled previously, to make it 2-0. Then the Tigers broke my heart in all New England anywhere by spoiling Joe Dobson's no-hitter on a 2-run homer by Hank Greenberg to tie the score at 2 in the 4th. Then the Red Sox broke it open in the 9th. They sent 10 to the plate, scoring 5 runs and 4 hits and 3 walks, all off an obviously tired Virgil Trucks. Ted Williams cleared the bases on a double to make it 5-2. Bobby Doerr drove him home on a double to make it 6-2, and Dom DiMaggio singled home Doerr. There's a quiz on this later to make it 7-2. Teddy Williams 3 for 4 this afternoon, 2 doubles, 3 RBI, and 2 runs scored. Dobson goes the distance. 9 innings, 2 runs, 2 hits, both earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Lots of deuces in there. He's now 3-2 on the year. Virgil Trucks also went through a complete game. 9 innings, 12 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He walked 5 and struck out 2. With that, he goes to 3-3 on the year. Since we did not play anything else on this May 21st, the Red Sox have a 2.5 game lead over the Yankees, and the Tigers now trail by 6.5. So Friday, we'll have the Boston Braves and the New York Giants from the Polo Grounds. The Braves 17-19, 7.5 games behind the surprising Cubs. And I say that because they didn't really play all that well in 46, following their National League pennant in 45. And the Giants, who aren't very good, at 14-20, tied for 6 with the Pirates, 9.5 back. And so until then, for Retro Sports Network, I'm Ron Juckett. We will talk to you the next time.